Hey guys, Coach Lovett here with Primeletics. So one of the common things that I've been seeing on the internet, questions being asked is, how do I change my jump shot? How do I become a better shooter? Well, the answer is starting at the basics, and I'm sure you heard about it before, but form shooting. Form shooting is the most basic thing that you can do to change your shot. So today's video is going to be all about how to get in the rhythm, how to do form shooting, what steps do I need to take, and I'm going to take you through the process. As always, apply pressure. First thing you want to do, you want to know that you're going to 3 zones of the court, or the hoop, however it's set up. So you might not have access to a gym, which is great. You could play at a park, in your backyard. Those double rim hoops at the park are great for working on your arc and changing your shot. So right here, the right side, then we're going top side, and then we're going to that left side right here. So that's the areas that we're gonna be working around. So you pick a side that you wanna start at. I'll start at the right side. So I'm right hand dominant. So I wanna get in the stance. I wanna make sure that my feet are playing into the ground. I wanna get that ball underneath my hand. I wanna be able to take that ball from here and control it all the way up there to get that stability right there. I wanna make sure my hand is underneath the ball loaded. I wanna bend my knees and I wanna come up, high arc, and flick my wrist. I wanna go right there about 10 times. So if you hit the rim and it bounces in, that's fine as you learn how to do this, but as you progress, you wanna try to get all net every single time. And you just keep going. So you want 10 of them, keep going. You're trying to hold that arc up as high as possible to work on that follow through, and you want to snap that wrist. Learn how to snap that wrist. If you miss, it's okay. Come high off the toes. That's another important part of it. You want to push your toes all the way into the ground and come up high. Coming back. Then you want to take it to the next side of the hoop. Same concept. This whole time you want to work on with just that one hand. You don't have the stability of your offhand, so you want to work on getting that hand underneath the ball and snapping that wrist once you push up. You want to push up as high as possible, lock out that elbow, and follow through. So here, toes. I'm going right back at it. Up there, snap the wrist. Hand underneath the ball. See, I pushed it, high arc. Should just drop right in. Underneath, high arc. Another coaching point, when you have that ball underneath your hand, you don't want that ball to lay flat in your hand with your palm sealed to it. You want to actually have the ball kind of on your fingertips with a little slot underneath. That's how you want to shoot it. So right when you come to shoot, your fingertips are actually pushing the ball and giving it that backspin. Right in front of the hoop again. And you want to be as closest to the hoop as possible. Underneath, snapping that wrist. Stabilizing that ball, bringing it from down to up, snapping that wrist. So that's the beginning of it. So if you need to change your shot and alter your shot and work on that one hand stability, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you need to do the one hand process first before changing your shot, just to get the process of holding your arm all the way up, following through, locking that elbow out, and snapping that wrist. So if you're warming up, A good amount is about 10 to 20. If you're trying to change your shot, you need to be in that 300 range a day. I know it sounds like a lot, but 100 from each spot just to get your muscle memory down pat. So after you master that part, you want to come back. Now you want to add your guide hand. So the guide hand is very important because the guide hand is just there to stabilize the ball. There should be no spin of the ball from your guide hand. So a lot of kids, you might see them come and both hands might end up like that. Well, when you're shooting the ball, if you spin the ball with your offhand, you're actually creating a side spin, and that's gonna throw off your shot. So right here, the ball could be following through, but as soon as those fingers leave, it puts an awkward side spin. So right here, stabilizing the ball spins. Right here, you put a crazy side spin on it. So that's another main point to focus on while doing your form shooting as well. So you come right back to your side. Now I got my guide hand. Same thing, I want to get my wrist underneath the ball, load that wrist is calling. You don't want to have it right here. You want to have it underneath the ball. You want to have this shooter's window right here so you can see straight to the hoop, right here, up on your toes, and you're going up. Hold that arc as high as possible. I know it might seem tedious that you're close to the hoop, but like I said, muscle memory is what it's about right now. It's great having somebody to rebound for you, but not always gonna have that luxury. So it's just nice to be able to do by yourself too. Moving to the next side. Notice that offhand. That offhand is staying still. All it's doing is guiding the ball, holding it there. And it follows whatever path my shooting hand is going on, my guide hand is also extending out the same amount. Locking that elbow through. If you have to, hold the follow through to make sure you're locking your elbow. I myself even have a problem with snaking the ball is what it's called, just shooting it and letting it come back. Hold it high. Make sure you're exploding off the toes. Toes are very important. Snapping that wrist. Same concept. Shooting with the fingertips, leaving that space underneath the ball. Having the fingertips control the ball. Flat, fingertips. Flat, fingertips. Snapping that wrist. This is a great warm up. Even if you feel like you perfected your jump shot, you worked on your jump shot, form shooting is the best warm up for you to do. So when you get comfortable to the basket, normally when you're form shooting, you want to try to stay as close to the basket as possible. Even if you go to a pickup game or anything, and you're trying to change your shot, you don't want to revert back to your old habits of shooting the ball. So I recommend not really shooting the ball if you're playing pickup until you have like a month or a month and a half into really getting a lot of reps of form shooting. That's why you have to do 300 or 500 reps every day. It's very important in the off season. If you can, do it in the in season too. So once you master being close, you want to take about a step or two back, and now you want to keep with the same rhythm. Form shooting again, 10 of them. Miss it, hustle down, get it, get right back to it. Hold that follow through. Oh. There we go. Move spots. Notice how I'm high on my toes, holding that arc and that follow through. Kind of be cognizant of what you're doing. I feel myself kind of shooting a straight line, so now I got to focus on holding my follow through, high arc. So the sides and the corners are hard because of just your depth perception. So that's when you really got to make sure that you hold that high arc up. And that'll help you for in-game situations too. So remember, high arc. So each week or every 2 weeks, you should be taking a step back. I know it's hard and repetitive to do, but trust me, it'll have tremendous outcome for your shot. So then the following week, 2 weeks later, you want to take another step or two back and just keep working in that rhythm. Remember, 300 to 500 shots per day. However you want to break it up, just make sure you're getting the reps and the form, being cognizant of your offhand, holding your elbow straight up, following through everything. Very important tips. As you can see, I'm sweating, so it's a little bit of a workout, but you will become a better shooter if you put in the work for it. So thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe to Coach Lovett, subscribe to Primeletics on Instagram, and as always, apply pressure.